blood was everywhere. It looked like a crime scene. And all right, so here we are, third video. I'm excited to share what to expect before your surgery and what to expect after. I wanted to make this video because for me personally, I had no idea what was going to happen. Like, I just knew that I had to get the surgery and I wanted it to happen, and nothing was going to stop me from having it, okay? I hope that this can help you on what to expect. My surgery, I believe it was called transsphenoidal surgery. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that properly. Basically, it's when they go up your nose to your pituitary. They cut a piece of bone or something and go up there. Other people, if they have like adrenal Cushing's, they do like a surgery down here, or like, because adrenal glands sit on your kidneys, but I didn't have that experience, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, I just want to talk about some things to expect, how to prepare for it, and what pretty much happened with mine. Yeah, so the first thing I would say, to prepare for your pre-op appointments. When I met my surgeon, my surgery was scheduled like 2 or 3 weeks out, if I'm remembering properly. It was scheduled 2 to 3 weeks out, so you had to do the pre-op appointment. So in your pre-op appointments, you have to go to your primary care. They do like a physical type of situation, and then you have to get an EKG. Unfortunately, my EKG was not clear, I guess. Like, it just wasn't good. So I had to go see a cardiologist because they want to make sure your heart is strong enough. And it was a little disappointing, I'm not gonna lie, because I was just like, dang, so this is me and I don't get it. Like, I was kind of blown, but he goes to the cardiologist, and when you go to the cardiologist, they take an ultrasound of your heart to make sure that everything is everything. And it turned out to be good, so that's good. But you have to also think about scrunching that into that little bit of time that you have to prepare for surgery. And they give you a packet. I don't have my packet. I don't know where my packet is. I can put a picture. Pre-surgical packet pretty much tells you everything you need to know. Next thing, you have to have Hibiclens. This is what you need for the day before, and I believe the day of. So the day before, you have to wash with that stuff. It's like an antibacterial wash. You don't use soap, you use it on your whole body. Even though they're only doing this, you need it so that you don't have any germs on you. Like, you have to wear like fresh, clean, washed clothes. Like, you can't have none of that stuff on you. And it's interesting, it's weird. Do that. And you can find that like CVS or Target, I think. Like, it's a drugstore thing, so you can find it anywhere. Also, you can't eat, I think 12 hours before you can't eat or something like that. So I stopped eating at like 7 or 8 the night before. I'm assuming it's because they don't want you to like throw up while they're like doing surgery, because you could, you know, something bad could happen to you. So I could imagine that's probably why. So I didn't do any of that. Can't eat, can't drink. Oh, also, if you are like me, you have these nice, wonderful piercings, you have to take out every last one. Even the belly button ring. Like, because you never know what could happen in surgery. They might have to cut you open for something. Who knows? I had to take out my gauges, my 2 holes. I also had to take out my tragus right here, and my gauges did close, so I did have to restretch eventually. My other piercings didn't close up, but it was a little hard to push through the tragus, I believe. I can't really remember, but I know these I had to stretch up again. Also, if you like nails, if you're a nail girly, I love nails. I don't have on nails right now because I broke a few, but no acrylic nails, no nail enhancements, because they have to measure your oxygen levels with the little thing that they wrap around your finger, so you can't have that. Also, be prepared for, you know, a delay of some sort. I know for me, my surgery was scheduled for 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I didn't have it until 4. As the person that they were working on in front of me, whatever surgery they were working on, I believe there were some complications. So it just, you know, you just had to wait the extra little hours. And when you get there, they ask you like who you want to take with you back to get prepared for it. I chose my aunt. My whole family went with me, like my mom, dad, my aunt, they went with me, and we're all cool, like we're all very close. But I chose my aunt because she's more calm, more level-headed. Everyone's level-headed, but like she's like she just be chilling, so that's what I need. So she went back there with me. Make sure that your nurse is wearing gloves. Yes, wearing gloves. No shade to the hospital I went to because they were so sweet, so nice. But my nurse, my first one, I don't know, maybe he was having an off day, but when he was putting in the IV, he was not using gloves, and that is incredibly dangerous. It's not cool, it's not good. I don't know if I don't know what he did, but my blood was everywhere. It looked like a crime scene, and I'll insert a picture in here somewhere so you can see, because it looked crazy. I was like, oh my God. And my aunt, she was just like, excuse me, are you gonna put on gloves? And he's like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Do you not do this every day? Like that. It was so weird. Pay attention to everything. Just make sure that everything's clean and like they're doing things the right way. After that, they do ask you a lot of questions, and they give you I think they give you like some sort of sedative before they take you back there. They do like a little cocktail. That's a cocktail. And then they talk, and then next thing you know, you're out asleep. I don't remember what happened. I was knocked out. Me, personally, my biggest fear is waking up during surgery. Like that was one thing that I was so scared of, but that didn't happen. I was asleep the whole time. I didn't feel anything. I was good. Yeah. So be prepared for the little cocktail, and just any type of delays. It might happen, and it's okay. I just know I was excited, and it's exciting, you know, getting ready to go into the room and stuff like that. The way I looked at it was a positive thing. I'm not scared of a life-changing surgery that will help me be healthy. Now that we're done with the before surgery, now let's get into the after. What to expect after. Your throat is gonna hurt a lot because they put a tube down your throat. When you wake up, I know when I woke up, my throat was hurting so bad. Like I didn't even want to talk. I didn't even want to open my eyes either. Like when I first woke up, all I remember was being extremely cold. You may be very cold. I was shaking, like I was shivering. I will never forget it. An uncontrollable shake. I don't know if my body was in shock or what, but it felt like I jumped into a pool of ice. Like it was very cold. I mean, they put blankets on me and stuff like that. They were all panicking. I could hear that part, them panicking, because my nose was bleeding, I guess. They were just like, her nose is bleeding. I was just like, dang. Just not sure what was happening. They asked you a lot of questions. They were asking me what day it was, how old am I, what year is it? And I was just signing stuff. I didn't want to talk. My throat hurt so bad. I didn't want to talk. So that's one thing to expect. Questions when you wake up, but that's good because that means that everything is moving and working correctly up here, like nothing went wrong. Also expect your hormones to be all over the place. My cycle started immediately after I had disappeared. It just started immediately, like the day after my surgery. Also, I was crying a lot. I wasn't even sad. Like water was just coming out my eyes. Like I was literally just sitting there and crying. I would be talking, I'm like, I don't understand why I'm just crying. Like it was just start crying. I don't know. Like, so expect that, tears for no reason. After the first like 8 hours, you do an MRI. You're not allowed to drink anything for like 8 hours after the surgery. And I had the sweetest nurse. My first nurse, he was so sweet. When I had to take the medication, he would let me drink the little rest of the water that was in the cup, the little medicine cup. That was cool, but you can't have anything to drink and you're gonna be so thirsty. Like your mouth will be so dry, you'll be so thirsty. But after they do the MRI and stuff like that, I was able to drink water. For me, I had diabetes insipidus after. That won't happen for everyone. I hope it doesn't happen to you. If it does, expect to be extremely thirsty. So thirsty, like so thirsty. I was just drinking all the water, the orange juice, the cranberry juice. After surgery, they give you food 3 times a day. I didn't eat any of that. I probably had a carrot, a piece of a chicken tender. I was thirsty. I was like, give me all the drinks, give me everything. But yeah, so that's one thing to look forward to, being thirsty if you have the diabetes insipidus. Also, the catheter. I had to have the catheter because I was literally peeing 500 milliliters an hour, I believe, and that's a lot. Like, that's a lot of fluid. And my urine was clear. It looked like water. It was so clear, which is not healthy at all. With the catheter, it's weird at first if you've never had one, because in your mind you're like, okay, I cannot pee on myself. Like, I have to pee, but I have to go to the bathroom. But because you can't get up and walk back and forth to the bathroom every hour, you quite literally just have to pee. And you just have to trust that it goes into the thing. I thought I was peeing on myself. I didn't want to pee. I didn't want to. The nurse literally told me, she was like, look, you're gonna have to pee. Because if you don't, it's gonna cause, I forgot what she said it was gonna cause, but basically something with my kidneys, and they're gonna have to do something with my kidneys to make I didn't want to do that. I just had to just pee. And I would look down, I'm like, oh, trying to make sure that I'm not peeing on myself, and I wasn't. You're not. It's weird though. I did have to get shots in my stomach every morning. And that was, I think it was so I wouldn't get blood clots or something. I don't really know what it was for, but it was annoying. That's one thing I didn't really look forward to. I didn't know it was gonna happen though. So that's another thing, like that, I just didn't know you had to get that every day. Originally, I was only supposed to be there for 3 days, but because of the diabetes insipidus, I was there for 6. Be prepared to be there a little longer than you want to. In best case scenario, you go home in 3 days. If any of your doctors or anybody tells you that you'll be back to work or back feeling healthy in 3 weeks, that's not true. It's not true. I've met other people who say the doctor said they'll be fine in 3 or 4 weeks, but it took me 3 months before I was allowed to go back to work. They told me I would go back in October. I didn't go back to work until November, like 20th or something like that. Be prepared to be out longer than you expect. Don't try to rush feeling better, because it's not that. Another thing that happened after, you're just gonna sleep a lot. Like, you're gonna be so tired because your body just went from superhuman amounts of cortisol to pretty much none at all. Be prepared to sleep a lot and take every moment of it and, you know, enjoy it. You have to think about all that time that you had where you had to keep going while sick. You didn't get a break. You still had to go to work. You still had to do everyday activities, and now you finally get to rest. Like, finally get to recharge, rest. So take advantage of that. One thing I would say, walking again afterward is kind of awkward. It's a little slow, but just be happy that, you know, you're walking, because it could be worse. I told you about the A-line. If you can stand it, they just take blood every 3 or 4 hours from it, so you don't have to get the stick all the time, but I couldn't stand it. So I was getting stuck all the time, everywhere. And they felt bad, but I didn't care. I just let them do it. It is what it is. One thing that was weird for me, the first couple days they give you morphine. I'm not a medicine girl. I don't like to do it. I'm just like, medicine that makes me feel like I don't have any control over what's going on, I don't like it. I got morphine twice. After the first 2 times, I told them, I was like, don't give me that anymore. I don't like it. First of all, I had the IV in here and it's so cold. Like the morphine was so cold going through my veins. It kind of like hurt. I can't even explain it. It just hurt going up my veins, and then it's instant. And you just feel so out of it. I hate that feeling. I don't like it. The morphine thing was cut short. We did that twice and I was like, all right, no more of that. Give me a Tylenol or something, because I can't deal with that. So yeah, expect your features. So some features will like instantly start reverting. Like my skin started brightening a few days later, and I'll insert pictures of like a side-by-side of what it was, and then like literally a couple days after surgery, like visibly you can see my face get a little smaller. That's kind of cool. My nails grew so long, so thick, like it was crazy. Insane. My hair grew too, but then it fell out. That could possibly happen. It might not happen to you, but you know, my body, because of the trauma of the surgery or whatever, my hair just fell out. But it grew back. As you can see, we just did a little cut. We cut 2 inches off of it. My hair's flourishing right now, so I'm very happy about that. That took a while though. Like this is a year and 3 months later. The first year, it was stringy, see-through. It was a mess. It was not good. So expect hair changes still. Another thing I would say, when you get home, expect people to be very cautious. Like my family, they didn't want me lifting nothing. I couldn't lift anything more than 10 pounds, I believe. And my family, like they wouldn't let me grab nothing, not a box, like it was just like, if you're used to being super independent, you just gotta let people help you, and that's okay. It was something I had to get used to, but you gotta let people help. That's just the reality of it. Be in the moment, accept the help, you know, because for so long you didn't have it. You were doing everything by yourself. Another thing I would say, be prepared to get a lot of questions. If you have family members or friends that know what you were going through or stuff like that, they're gonna ask questions. And you might be saying the same thing over and over again, but don't look at it as like an annoyance thing. People just wanna know. I didn't never get annoyed by it. I mean, sometimes I didn't want to answer questions like, oh, are you okay? Or, oh, like, do you need this and that? Because I'm so used to being so independent. But once I let go of my pride and independence and all that, it was like so much easier to accept. So I did have some swelling because of the diabetes insipidus and being on all those medications. I was on so many medications. I was on desmopressin, which is a diuretic or antidiuretic. I don't remember which one. I was on desmopressin. I was on hydrocortisone. I was on all these pills. So you're going to retain water. You're going to retain weight. I was swelling so bad. Like I had the little lines in my legs. And it was annoying. It's frustrating because you feel like you're not losing weight. You feel like you're not making any progress. You feel like it's worse than what it was when you were sick. But it's just a moment. I promise. It sucks though. And you know, I cried a lot. I was sad a lot because I just felt like, dang, I did all this just to turn out worse. Like why? But you just gotta be patient with yourself. You gotta trust the process, even when it looks crazy. After the surgery, you do have follow-up appointments. I had them like every week, so I had to go see the ENT, which is the ear, nose, throat doctor, and the neurosurgeon. So the ENT, you see him because after the surgery, they pack your nose with stents and stuff like that because you don't want to have the spinal fluid coming through your mouth. I forgot what it's called, but some people, they start leaking fluid, which is bad. So if you have the metallic taste in your mouth after, they ask you that every day. Do you taste metallic or whatever? If you do, they got to do something to like stop that from happening. Thank God that didn't happen to me. They literally have this packing in your nose. They give you a salt water rinse thing that you have to do every day, 2 or 3 times a day, to try to dissolve the packing. But you go to the ENT so they can vacuum it out every time I went to ENT to vacuum it out, I passed out every appointment. Every single appointment. My mom was losing her mind. She was like, what the heck is going on? I don't even remember passing out. I just remember asking for my purse. But my doctor was just like, you know, the vagus nerve, some people's are very sensitive, and I guess mine was. And he was like, we're just gonna stop. We're gonna stop. We're just gonna use the salt water rinses to dissolve the packing. And eventually it stopped. One thing that you're gonna have to get used to is losing your sense of smell. For the first like 2 or 3 months, I couldn't smell anything for real. And my sense of smell probably won't ever go back to normal. It's not bad now, but I can't smell anything unless it's very strong. Like it has to be a very strong fragrance or very strong food. Like I can't smell subtle things like I used to be able to. I still have trouble like smelling certain things, which is not too bad because I mean, some things are unpleasant. So that's one thing. I still have weak joints sometimes. I don't really know what that's about, but like sometimes when I stand, my knees still kind of hurt a little bit. Not being able to work out the first 4 months is kind of annoying. Coming from a person that's very active, you're not able to work out as much. Is kind of annoying. After a while, you're just like, whatever. Also, be prepared to have days where you don't feel very confident, or you're gonna feel defeated. I know for me, I thought it was gonna be all sunshine and rainbows after. Absolutely not. Like, no. I thought my problems were just gonna go away like that, and it doesn't. I'm still in therapy now. It's a change. It's a change that I still am trying to get used to, because I still don't look the same that I did before. I still don't completely feel the same as I did before, and I still get headaches sometimes, like, and it hurts a lot. I don't have trouble sleeping, which is good, but you know, I have days where I feel defeated because I'm like, dang, like I'm still not what I was before. But you just have to be patient with yourself. And also allow yourself to cry, feel whatever, because it'll help. Be prepared to lose friends. Some people, they don't know how to deal with like caring for someone with chronic illness or being there during that time. And also, you guys might no longer have anything in common. With this sort of thing, I feel like it changes the person you are. You know, you start to look at things different. Things that you once were into, you aren't really into anymore, or you don't see things the same way anymore. And it's hard to maintain friendships with people that think the way that you used to think that you don't think anymore, if that makes sense. So be prepared to lose those friends, but also be prepared to gain new friends. Like, you're gonna meet new people, and people that align with who you are now. And honestly, some of those people that you lose, it's not going to be as devastating as you think. Like, some things just run their course, and I'll just say that. So yeah, be prepared to have different surroundings, and just be prepared for the changes that come with your new life. Don't place these high expectations. Don't try to rush things, and don't speak negatively over what you have going on, because you don't want to create a reality that you don't want. As hard as it is to be positive all the time, you have to do it. Have your moment, you know, have your moment where you feel like, what the heck is this? This is stupid. I wish this never happened to me. Why would this have to happen to me? But then also after that, think about what good came from it, and appreciate the fact that you were able to have the surgery. Appreciate the fact that you're able to live a full life again. It's going to take some time, but it's worth every moment. I hope this helps someone in some type of way. I wanted to give a point of view that's current, and just, you know, share what happened, because a lot of those things I didn't plan on. I thought it was just surgery and you go home. So definitely hope this helps. Hope I didn't scare anyone. And I hope it was not too long and drawn out. I really try to keep it short and sweet. But yeah, I will be back with another video. It took me a little longer this time, but yeah, thanks for the support, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.